Doctor Strange himself, Benedict Cumberbatch, finally talks about putting on the Iron Man armor in the multiversal character swap sequence that we would have seen in Avengers Infinity War that was ultimately cut from the film and never to be seen again. So I think most of you are very well aware with what I'm talking about. The sequence that saw Doctor Strange don Iron Man armor and Iron Man don the cloak, and of course having some sort of weird combination of the two's powers or something going on. We don't know the full story. We do know that Avengers Infinity War featured some sort of look into the multiverse at some point, and even Doctor Strange standing judgment in front of the living tribunal. That was all ultimately cut, and they took a different direction because they realized we could do a lot more with the multiverse down the road. So we never saw those sequences up until, well, the images leaked and then they confirmed it. We never really knew what exactly was happening in terms of what they were going for, but recently Benedict Cumberbatch, Doctor Strange himself, did open up a little bit about this sequence. And he says it was really great because he got to wear pieces of the suit that, of course, Robert Downey Jr. wore for that film, and they were obviously going to augment it with new CG and new elements and make it his own. If you guys didn't know, that's actually going to become a hot toy product that's getting a release, and I cannot wait to get my hands on it because it just looks incredible. And since Marvel licensed it out, this will be our best look as to what it actually looked like in the film, and you can see it's very cool looking. So it would have been interesting to see what exactly this did, how they used it, or what the idea was. But again, Cumberbatch says that it was definitely something that he thought was unique, and he loved wearing the armor, and ultimately, he doesn't know why exactly they decided to scrap it. But again, we kind of do understand what exactly happened. And if you look at how the MCU is going today and what they've done with the multiverse, they just didn't want to pull the trigger on that early, because you already had the Ancient One explaining the timeline and what happens and all this. Suddenly bringing in a spin on what could have happened and having to explain why he now has this armor and other things just doesn't make sense. And again, there's conflicting stories in regards to how the armor would have appeared and what happens with it, but they've done very little to explain to us anything from these concept arts or leaks that we've seen, so it's just going to stay one of those, I guess, mysteries up until they talk about it at some point. But hey, again, if you want a piece of the history of what could have been, the hot toy will be available, so make sure you pre-order it because it ain't going to be available for a while and it's going to get real expensive.